Hi, I'm Ed Rowe, and I'm responsible for our developer tools business here at Adobe. In the last few years, there's been a ton of innovation in the device space with smartphones and with tablets and with many different operating systems, and we're really excited about the potential that that's enabled. At the same time, though, that's made things really tough for developers because there's been no good way of developing across all of these different form factors, across all these different operating systems, and you really kind of had to do the same work multiple times. So what we've done here at Adobe is that we've created Adobe Flash Builder 4.5 and Flex 4.5 really to try to tackle this problem. And that's what I want to show you here today. So if we have a look here, this is Flash Builder 4.5. It's our Eclipse-based IDE for creating applications, and we've recently added a great deal of new mobile capabilities to it. I want to start by showing you our design surface here, which lets you visually create your user interface for an application. In this case, I've already started an application. It's a mobile application for shopping. And we've got our design surface here, and the first thing I want to draw your attention to is that the design surface knows about different kinds of devices. So in this case, it's simulating an Apple iPad. It knows how big an iPad is and the screen density. But if I say, hey, I want to see how my application would look if I were to try it on a different device, I can go ahead and select one. I'll pick the Motorola Droid X, and you can see it adjusted for a different screen size. Now, of course, with mobile devices, you also wind up trying them out in different orientations. So we're looking at a portrait orientation, but maybe I'm going to turn the device sideways, and I want to see what my UI will look like when I do that. So that's built into the tool as well as capabilities for helping you adjust your UI to these different orientations. Now, of course, you lay out your application in the design surface, but you want to be able to then run it and check it out. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick, and we're going to run it first on our desktop, and that's going to be a common thing a developer is going to do, to just do rapid iteration of the application, just quickly simulating, see how it looks, see how it works. This is the application here. You can see it's a little shopping cart application. I'm simulating the mobile device, so I'm using the mouse to simulate touch input. And you can see there's some nice scrolling lists here. You can select an item in the list, and you'll see there's a nice transition. So just a simple little application that we're building. You also want to be able to try this on device. So I've got an Android device, and I've got it hooked up to my computer by way of a USB cable. All I have to do is go ahead here and say, run on the device. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And already it's sending the application through the cable down to my phone, launching it, and you can see right here, that same application, it's running on my device instantly. And it's just a very productive workflow to be able to do that so immediately, right there directly from the tool. And you can see I can play with this application just like you saw me doing it in the simulator. Scrolls nice and smoothly. I can click on the items, all the same stuff that we saw a minute ago. Now, of course, as a developer, you don't just want to run the application on the device, you want to be able to see what's going on. And we've supported that as well. So if we go over here to the source code, let's go ahead and put in a breakpoint. And we'll put in a breakpoint that's going to trigger when I click on something on the phone. So I've got it in. I'm just going to go ahead, and all I have to do here is click on the thing on the phone, and bam, right there we have stopped in the debugger. We have the computer debugging my phone, and it's first-class debugging workflow. Not only do we have the breakpoints, but I can step through the code just like I expect to be able to do in any debugging workflow. I can have a look at the variables. I can see what's truly going on in the program. This is really a first-class debugging workflow with all the same capabilities you're used to on the desktop. And not only are these things available with an Android device, but we also support these with a BlackBerry tablet device. We also support this with an iPad or an iPhone. So really, across all of these key operating systems, we support this really productive workflow for development. Now let me set aside the phone for a minute and show you what this actually looks like on some other devices. So what I have here is an Android device. It's a Motorola Zoom. It's a tablet. And you can see I have the exact same application running here, and I can do the same things. I can scroll it. You can see the performance is beautiful, very smooth animation. Click into these screens. You can see the nice transitions, come back out, check out the lists, but just working beautifully. And this is the exact same code. So between this phone and this tablet, I didn't rewrite this application whatsoever. It's literally the same application. Now that's Android, but let me set that aside for a moment. And I have here an iPad as well. And you can see, again, the exact same application. You can see the performance is beautiful. It scrolls very, very nicely. If you remember, I showed you in the design surface that it knows how to show the application in both portrait and landscape so that you can really tune your UI for each of those. Well, this app is written to take advantage of that too. So if I go ahead and turn it sideways, you're going to see now we have the landscape orientation, and we've designed the application to put up a UI that's appropriate and that's laid out a little bit differently for that orientation. If I put it back, you can see it adapts back to portrait. So really enables you to think through all of the key things you need to do to make a first-class mobile application. Again, though, I didn't rewrite the application at all. This is the exact same code. We can run this on iPhone, we can run this on the BlackBerry tablet, all of it using the same code without rewriting it, same tool chain, very, very productive workflow, and making it incredibly productive for developers to reach all these devices out there that we want to reach. So as you can see, with Flash Builder 4.5 and Flex 4.5, we've really enabled some incredible capabilities for developing great, highly performant, beautiful mobile applications with an incredibly productive developer workflow, targeting Android devices, targeting iPad and iPhone devices, targeting the BlackBerry tablet devices, between phones as well as tablets. We think it's just a great experience. I really encourage you to go check it out. Go to the Mobile and Devices website on adobe.com, grab articles, grab the software, and please build some applications and check it out. Thanks a lot.